videos for my Patreon, so the true crime is done and my rambles done. I just finished a Bob Ross Hollywood story video, and I have about 13% left on my phone, and as I'm uploading I am texting my sis Jazz while my phone is now on 10%. So let's go. Number 1, Facebook fast round. If you are offered $875 million to sell a family member, what would you do? Let me know in the comments if you know which family member of mine am I selling. Like, if you've been rocking with me for a minute, whether it's, I shouldn't say that, mainly from my last channel, but even from this channel, which family member of mine do you think I'm selling for $875 million? I will sell that ever for $1 if I could. So, but let me know down in the comments who you think your girl's selling. Let's see, if my blinker is on, I'm not asking your permission to merge. I'm telling you I'm going to get in front of you. It's not an option. We can crash if you want to. I love it. I fucking love it. If my blinker is on, I'm not asking your permission to merge. I'm telling you I'm going to get in front of you. It's not an option. We can crash if you want to. That should be a bumper sticker. Matter of fact, that should be something that I can put in the entire back of my car, my trunk, all of it. I love it. I love it. Hey, you. Yes, the one reading this. You and your ex are going to get back together. I'm on YouTube, so I almost said something that will probably get me banned, but let me know down in the comments how many of y'all think I'm getting back with my ex. Yeah, you let me know how many of y'all think that shit's gonna happen. I'm just curious. Just curious. Listen, if drunk me said or did something, you gotta take it up with drunk me. Don't come at me sober. Wait, don't come at sober me because we weren't there. We don't know what happened, but you do. Wait. Listen, if drunk me said or did something, you gotta take it up with drunk me. Don't come at sober me because we weren't there. We don't know what happened, but you do. That is cute. It's funny because you know how many of y'all really believe that, like say for instance you went to a party and one of your friends or male friends or even your boy, whoever, was acting a fool. The next morning, how many of y'all have heard, I did? Nah, I don't remember. Did I? Really? Like, how many of y'all have heard that from your friends, family members, or whatever? I wonder, out of all of that, who says, yeah, really, I did that? Really knew they did that? I would say about 80%. Because see, here's the thing. People who are drinkers always use that as an excuse. Like, oh, I didn't know, or I was drunk. But it's like, Woman, would you ever pay to take a man out on a first date? Before I even answer down below. Ladies, are you paying for a first date? Now see, I'm conflicted by this only because of the following. I do believe it's 2022 and that, the ladies should not have to wait for a man to approach them. Actually, damn, I think, Hinge, I think it's called Hinge. I think on that one, I think it's the woman who makes the first step. That's a dating app that I tried. I'm just like, but yeah, it's giving the initiative for the woman to actually, be the one to start the conversation. That being said, I don't think ladies should ever feel that they can't approach a man, but I'm still old school as well. Like, I find there's nothing wrong with a woman asking a man to marry them. I have a problem with that only because, see, just from experience, I know that women mature faster than men, and sometimes, well, a lot of times in life, the woman is always ready for that family and commitment first than men. Like, men always have to find themselves. They have to go fuck the whole world to know that what they got at home is good. They gotta act like the bad boy. They gotta be out with their friends in the corner and shit like that. But why? Why? So, unless a man is ready, I don't think. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, a proposal, a man has to be ready. I always say, women should never give a man an ultimatum because that's never gonna work, or vice versa. Everyone has to be on the same page, but it takes men a little longer to understand, the whole commitment thing, and wanting kids, and wanting marriage, and the house, and everything else. So, there's nothing wrong with a lady asking a man to marry them. I just wouldn't do it. I'm also old school in the factor that I just think that a man should pay for the first date. I don't know. I think it tells, for me, I'm 42, it tells a lot about a man's character, if that makes sense. Matter of fact, though, I have no problem splitting a bill 50-50 on the first date. Matter of fact, I think that should be a rule. It should be a rule. Everyone pays for their own dinner. See, that way it eliminates, the man saying, well, I pay for dinner, we should hook up, or, we should have a nightcap, or, when one's paying, people tend to drink more. The date goes shit because people aren't too intoxicated to hold the conversation. I know I'm going off track, but I don't know how to answer this. Would you ever pay to take a man out on the first date? I guess I did answer, and the answer is no. I'd rather split the bill. But I do believe, if you're asking, a friend or a man out to dinner, if you're asking a man out, I guess, you should pay as far as, if a man asks a woman out for dinner. But the very first date, I think everyone should pay for their own shit. I really do. It just eliminates stress. It eliminates people thinking that they owe the other person something, or, I don't know. I just think, I know the world is changing, but I just still think there are just certain things men should do. I don't know, and I think the marriage part is one of them, because 9 times out of 10, if a woman asks a man to marry them, they're not even ready. So, yeah, I don't know. Do women ever want to be married anymore, or would they prefer girl trips and kick it until she's on a walker? I'll read it again if no one heard the question. It says, do women even want to be married anymore, or would they prefer girl trips and kick it until she's on a walker? Honestly speaking, I don't know if I really care for marriage anymore, if that makes sense. See, this is just for me. In my earlier years, when I thought I was able to have kids and a family, that's different, because nobody wants a same parents in the same household, nobody wants to split up a happy family. That being said though, I'm over those years. I can't have kids, and I'm also old enough to start entering, like menopause and stuff like that. So starting a family for me is not an option. It's not gonna happen. It's done. That's over with. That part of my life is finished. I'm not pushing out no babies on this side. I wanted to, but the reality is I can't. It will never happen. And for me, once you accept your reality, life gets easier. So now that I don't have like a happy home to break up and shit and have babies and kids to worry about and then baby daddies and shit, I don't really know if I don't think I would be upset if I never got married in my life. I don't want to be single. I wouldn't mind like settling down with somebody, but does it have to be marriage? I always think that like when people put, as you get older, when people put titles on stuff, it fucks things up. But then again, also too, when you're younger, people are so eager to put titles on shit, it also fucks things up. So, but for me, it wouldn't matter to me one way or the other. Now, in this point in my life, any man that I meet now, I'm hoping that their kids are a little bit older, so we don't have to worry about that whole baby situation. But I do plan on adopting, but see, that's all me. I don't need a man to do that. I don't want a man to do that. So to answer this question, I couldn't care less one way or another. But if I was younger and wanting kids and shit, then I would probably say I still want to get married. But now that that's all out the window and I've had two really fucked up relationships, I think I'm good. I think that's why too I didn't mind like Navy bitch being in a different state, because it gave me my privacy, it gave me my space, but I still had a man, but I still had my space, if that makes sense. But then he ends up being a nasty promiscuous, but we're gonna stop it there. Next, ladies, you visit your man unannounced and noticed another woman in the kitchen cooking for him. What do you do? Again, at this stage in my life, if I came to my man unannounced and there was another woman in there cooking, if it's not like someone I know, like their mother or sister or something, I'm just walking away. But see, in 2022, I'm snapping pictures though. I'm snatching evidence, because then later I'm that petty bitch. I'd be like, oh, what you doing, or who's over there, or some shit like that, and I'm gonna wait for you to lie, and then I'll be that petty bitch to send you a photo and then I'm blocking you type shit. Like, I'm not getting into knocking on no one's door and asking who this bitch is and come out. I'm too old for that. Because if the man is playing games and I'm 42, then let him go. I'm over fighting for men. I'm over arguing. I'm over arguing with bitches over men. I'm so past that in my life. I am trying to live a drama-free life. So they can go ahead with that. But that's where I'm at in my life. So, hey ladies, I need some help in the worst way. I am marrying my husband Friday, and I'm struggling writing my vows. I don't know how to write them. I don't really know. And my husband is super smart, and I know his vows are going to be amazing. See, I would just stick with the traditional. I think for me the traditional vows are the best, because if I ever do walk down that aisle, these vows that have been around for centuries, and I think if I ever get married, I kind of want to be part of the centuries and decades of people saying these same vows, but honestly speaking, I really don't see myself being married, like, at all. I don't know, I see myself living a life that everyone wants to live, I guess because I've been through so much heartache and stuff like that, that I'm just completely over it. I'm just so focused into like being a businesswoman and making money that at this point, I couldn't care less about a relationship, if I'm being honest. I really can't. If you want to be around, you want to be. If you don't, you don't. It's just one of those, whatever. Because I refuse to settle. I refuse to settle. I refuse to settle. I'd rather be by myself with my vibrator chilling than settling for anyone or anything. So, but to answer these vows, just right from the heart. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that one. I mean, I guess vows, you're supposed to just speak from the heart, but also too, that must be emotional on the day, reading, and then you're crying and makeup smeared and stuff like that. I don't know, but I would say, baby girl, just speak from the heart. And although your husband might be super smart, his might be short and simple and sweet, so don't overthink it. Damn, there's a lot of husband shit on Facebook. What is up? Will you abandon your husband in the hospital when you notice that he had an accident with his girlfriend? Damn. But then how do you know that's the girlfriend though? I mean, I think maybe I'm overthinking this question, but again, I'm petty as fuck. See, I would be that girl that would sit by my husband's bed, but I'll be petty as fuck. Like, I will, like, plump up his pillow, fluff up his pillows, but yet I would make sure, like, I'm hurting him in a way, I would be that one to, like, help him pee, but make sure I get pee on him type shit, like, and then I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna leave my husband in the hospital, because I need to know what happened, because off of what I just watched, I think it was Chicago PD, one of the people on the police force was out jogging, and this car went over the road, and she jumped into the water to save one of them. She got to the first one she can. When she grabbed the driver, the woman on the passenger side was trying to say, no, save me, leave him, but of course the cop didn't know, and she just grabbed the first person she saw. When she went back into the water to grab the passenger, the car had sunken so far down, and the water was so cold that she couldn't even, like, she almost, like, blacked out. But she did try. When she got to the hospital, and she was approached by the wife's husband, the lady who died, and she was like, I'm so sorry, I saved the guy in the driver's seat, and the husband's like, what are you talking about? My wife wouldn't cheat on me. He had the biggest fit. Like, he's like, no, what are you talking about? But all along now we're thinking that, like, the wife was cheating, and she wasn't. Actually, some guy was trying to hijack the car and wanted her to go to, like, different ATMs and withdraw all her money. But the point is, you just never know. You can never assume. See, if that husband just went off what the cops thought, he would have thought that his last moments of his wife was with another man, but that actually was not true. It was a guy trying to rob her. So my point is, I would be that petty mad bitch, mad as fuck, sitting next to my husband in the bed, but I'll be doing some petty shit, until I get to the bottom of it. So, and don't let that bitch wake up first. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I have questions that I need answers to, so just don't wake up first. I was arguing with my best friend, and in the middle of it, she took off her glasses. And said, I don't want to see you right now. That's actually very cute. I'll read it again. I love it. I was arguing with my best friend, and in the middle of it, she took off her glasses and said, I don't want to see you right now. Like, she was so disgusted that she couldn't even. That is cute. lot. Some of my now that I'm on Instagram, you know, I guess a lot more people from my past are finding me. Not too many, but the first question they ask me is, what the hell is ASMR? And then I simply say, let me ask you a question. What put you to sleep? And then they would say, oh, this or that or this or that. And I said, that's exactly what ASMR is. It's whatever makes you relax, comfortable, soothing, whatever put you to sleep. That can be sound, tapping, voice, gentle music, nature sounds, water sounds. I break it down like that, you know. I definitely don't go into, you know, the role plays and stuff like that, with the hand flicking. Like I don't go into all of that, but I do say that, you know, it's whatever relaxes you, that gives you less of anxiety type of thing. I explain it like that, and I explain that I read people's stories and stuff like that, and then that way they get it. They get it. I say, you know, I whisper because I don't want to wake people up. I'm trying to, like, you know, put them to sleep. They get it that way. I think with ASMR, when people get too technical, it seems to come off weird and sexual. And it's not that way. You know, like when my mother first asked me what the hell I do, I explained. I say, you know, when kids, you know, need a bedtime story and they fall asleep too. And she said, yeah. I said, you know, sometimes people put nature sounds on, nature sounds and stuff to make them fall asleep, because my youngest nephew used to do that. He liked the nature sounds. That's why he likes camping so much. But once I put that in an example, my mother then understood, you know, that why I whisper, why I read stories, topics, you know, just something to people to listen to your voice and for them to drift off to sleep. That's how, and then they might have their questions and I might go into it, and then I show them like different videos on YouTube, but that's how I present it. Let me know down below, because you know what I noticed too, a lot of people are very secretive about ASMR. A lot of people don't let people know what they're listening to. A lot of people, see, for me, I don't give a fuck, but a lot of people are embarrassed, and I get it. So I think the way I explain it, or like I said, I always ask, what put you to sleep? You know, what makes you sleepy? I always start with that, and then I go into, you know, the rest of it. But at the end of the day, many people get it, but I think many people don't get it when it comes to like the role plays and you know, come here, come closer to the camera. I think that's where people start to get really, really confused. And like for me, I get really uncomfortable with role plays. Role plays are cool if that's what you're into. Cool. I always say what works for you may not work for the next person, but I'm not into role plays. I cannot stand aggressive gum chewing. I cannot stand it. And I also hate when I feel as if someone has a lot of spit in their mouth. It's like swallow, boo boo, swallow, you know. But again, everyone has their my stomach is being very disrespectful right now, and so is the goddamn dog upstairs. I just can't win right now. I think I'm just completely over this whole recording right now. Let's see if he actually be quiet, but probably not, because I'm recording. So nope, he did not be quiet, and now I have to do some edits on. I can't stand that. Like, I have to do extra work because anyway. Next, Facebook fast round. If you have dealt with a narcissist in a relationship, how long did it take you to leave? Well, a year and some change. I would say like a year. But see, for me, I think that like if we didn't have COVID and stuff like that, I think I would have picked up on Navy bitch a lot faster. You know, when we first met, remember we were in 2 different states, and then we went on lockdown for 4 months. So was reunited with him in July. So we had like 4 months apart, and then like I said, we didn't live in the same state, so I wasn't around him a lot. But I think if I was, I would have picked up on his bullshit a lot faster. It took me a little longer to pick up on his bullshit because I think I was so wanting to have a relationship that I didn't care. But then once I was like, wait, the fuck, what, wait a minute, wait the fucking minute, absolutely 100% not, little things. And then he would just start showing himself, and then, you know, but anyway, it about a year, but I don't even know if a year's accurate, because like I said, at a year we were apart probably 7 months, because again, we live in different states. So, but a year, I guess. Louisiana bans transgenders athletes from women's sport. Louisiana bans transgender athletes from women's sport. I am so hungry. My stomach is pissed off right now. But okay, I get it. I get the whole transgender thing. I understand equality. I understand we're all equal. That being said, though, I completely understand where Louisiana's coming with this, because let's be realistic. You know, these sports were first made up centuries ago, decades, centuries, whatever, and they were divided into what they were divided into gender. You know, if you're born a woman, you can play in the women's sports. If you're born a man, you can play in man sports. It's been that way for so long, and I don't think now is the time to change it, because I do feel as if there's still advantages to different genders, no matter what. You know, I know everyone talks about equality, and you know, we're all, you know, strong and equal, but in certain things that's not actually true. You know, I feel as if, like, anatomy wise, you know, men have longer arms, longer legs, longer stuff. That goddamn dog, anyway, what I'm trying to get out is, anatomy wise, you know, there are certain things that men would be better at than women, and vice versa. So I think in that aspect, no matter what, there will be a disadvantage if we start, like, you know, swapping like that as far as sports. So I feel as if we should have a male sport, female sport, and then let's start, I don't know how we can do that, but let's start having transgender sports. It'll eliminate, well, that's not fair, and he was a man first, or he was a woman first, or whatever. I think it will eliminate all of that, and I think in the transgender sports, it'll be more equal, because then you have people just like you, and there will be no disadvantage coming into like a transgender sport. You know what you're working with, you understand that, you know. So I think now, moving forward, now since, you know, we are in 2022, and, you know, the LGBT community is now more open, people are accepting it more, and now we're getting into questions as far as, like, you know, bathrooms and, you know, changing rooms and stuff like that. And I think, you know, it's causing a lot of discomfort in the world and within schools, and I also think, like, the young ones are having a hard time grasping all of this, but they're more open to learn. I think to eliminate all of this, I think they should have a male bathroom, female's bathroom, and then unisex, period. Same thing as sports, male sports, women's sports, and then unisex sports. I think that would be fair. I think that would eliminate a lot of problems, you know, and I don't see it as discrimination the same way how we have a bathroom for boys, and we have a bathroom for girls, and we have a changing room for boys. It's just more of a privacy thing. If you transgender, you know, you might not be comfortable on undressing in front of people who got a lot of questions. But if you're in a bathroom or a changing room or in a sports that people understand you 100%, then I think that will eliminate a lot of hate. I think that will eliminate a lot of hatred as far as people on your actual team, your teammates. Like, does that make sense? So I think that way everybody, it would be fair for everyone. And I don't know if every sport, should allow that, but I definitely think like things like track, swimming and stuff like that definitely should qualify for a unisex sports, in my opinion. But let me know down below what you think. Nope. I need a man at least 6 feet tall with a good job. I know my worth. Well, in 2022, I think you need to grab whatever you can grab, but that height thing, I am very adamant about. I'm sorry, but you cannot, I repeat, you cannot be shorter than me. It just won't work. It won't work. I won't allow it to work. It just won't work. Like, it just won't work. I would always feel self-conscious, like, oh my god, I don't know, there's just something about a man being shorter than me. I feel as if maybe because I've been attacked, that I feel as if like if you're taller than me, you can protect me, but that's so far from the truth. You can be a bigger bitch being bigger. I don't know, but I just feel as if you just need to be, it is what it is. I don't care if you're white, black, Indian, I don't care about your race, nationality. I don't give a damn about none of that. But I do give a damn about is your height. And it is what it is. Like, now, a good job. Listen, we just came through COVID. We're just getting off a pandemic, and people are just getting their shit together. So at this point, I feel as if you just need to have it. If you have a job and can pay your own rent and bills, we're good. Do you have to have like 100 grand? No. 80 grand? No. But if you can take care of your own shit, I'm cool with that, because it's hard out here, and anyone who's been dating understands that it's very hard to have a woman or a man that has their shit together 100%, because we're not perfect. No one's perfect. So, but there are people out there, but it's hard to find them, So I feel as if people need to get credit where credit is due. And if you, like I said, if you got your own car and you can pay your bills, it's not about having a house. If you have an apartment, is it yours? Can you pay your own bills? That's where you start to get at when you get a little bit older. I know when you're younger, people got a checklist. You have to have this, you have to have that, blah 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 blah. But then as you get older, you realize that list starts to get a little smaller. You know why? Because dating is literally impossible nowadays. It's like, why bother? And lastly, men, what's something you think women do wrong while dating if they want a committed relationship? Well, this post is asking for a man's response, but god damn it, I'm gonna give mine anyway. There's a couple of things that I noticed that women do, and I think the number one thing is talk about their ex way too much, or they compare their ex to what's going on now. Like, oh, this is good. Oh, see, my ex would never take me to a restaurant like that, and oh my god, you look nice. My ex would never wear something like that, and oh my god, you got a haircut. Yeah, my ex would get a haircut only like once a week. Bringing up your ex all the time is a complete no-no. Remember, men, when it comes to relationships, I feel as if women are more strong-minded, because men, any little thing will scare a man off, like completely. If you start talking about kids and marriage and this and that, or I think it's terrible when a woman be like, yeah, we need to be married within a year, baby by year 2, like giving demands. I think that's also very tacky. I also find it very tacky that the woman sits there and asks their man a whole lot of question about the men's ex, like their ex, I think it's tacky. Like, why did you break up and where is she and what did she do? It's like, why we broke up and that's that. And I'm not saying that people, you know, should not have a conversation about their ex. I mean, it's a question that everyone's gonna have. Like, how long have you been single and why did you break up? What happened? That's a natural question. But see, that's where we need to leave it though. We don't need to talk about, you know, this unless something dramatically happened to you. But comparing your date to your ex is a complete no-no. And that whole, like, you know, telling people, oh, you know, we gotta be married in 6 months, or like giving ultimatums or time frames, I think that also turns a man off. And I also think too, when women just talk about themselves, when they're self-centered, like my sister's like that, she's self-centered, everything is about her. And I'll never forget that during one of her Christmas parties, or it could have been one of her boxing parties that we had, someone said to my sister, you know, you've been talking a full hour and all you've been talking about is yourself. Like, you have 2